blood? Let me get that for you. Yes, another big accident.
Jesus, what monster did I marry?
You won't believe this story, my dear. I still get shivers thinking about it. You know, Lagos is full of stories, but some stories are just too close to reality. This one is about a friend of mine, Nikki, who married an African doctor. She thought she was marrying Prince Charming, but I swear, my dear, she stepped into a nightmare hidden in a white coat. Before we begin, please take a moment to like and subscribe. Also, kindly let me know where you are watching from. It will be nice to know what part of the world my amazing viewers are from. And now, the story. Nike met him at a party in Victoria Island. He was tall, handsome, well-dressed, designer shirt, clean trousers, that kind of doctor swagger, you know? And of course, he had that smooth Lagos accent. Nike, you are too beautiful to be out here mingling with ordinary people. My dear, she was hooked immediately. She told me later, "Chai, I felt like he was written just for me." They dated for 6 months. 6 months of him being charming, attentive, and promising the world. But Lagos, my dear, Lagos is a city that will show you the truth eventually. After their wedding, the cracks began to show. First, it was the time thing. I know how doctors are busy, but this one, he didn't have time for Nike at all. Not for breakfast, not for lunch, not even for a proper conversation. She would wake up early to see him before he left for the hospital, and he'd say, "My dear, you know patients are waiting. I have surgery today. I can't stay." And then disappear until late night. Chai, it's Lagos traffic, Lagos hospitals, Lagos emergencies. She thought it was normal, but it wasn't. You see, Nike began noticing little things that made her blood run cold. For example, he had a private hospital. He loved that hospital more than he loved her. You won't believe that he would celebrate whenever there was a serious accident. He actually prayed for it. Yes, daily prayers for accidents to happen because patients would come in, he would earn more, and he would get that excitement, that rush. Nike told me she once caught him smiling while reading a news report about a car crash. She thought she was imagining things. Then came the blood. My dear, the blood. Nike didn't realize it at first. He was a surgeon, so naturally, he was around blood all the time. But it wasn't just professional curiosity. She noticed it one night, months after they moved in together. They were kissing, and he bit her lips, not by accident, on purpose. She yelped. He just smiled, wiped the blood, and said, "Sorry, babe. It makes our love more passionate." Nike laughed it off, thinking maybe Lagos stress, maybe he's playful. But then it became a pattern. Every time they kissed passionately, he would bite her lips slightly. Every time she got a small cut, knife in the kitchen, pap in the hand, anything, he would lean in and taste it. My dear, she was scared, but confused. How can someone make you feel loved and terrified at the same time? You won't believe what else she discovered. He didn't just love the patient's money or blood. He loved the control, the power of being the healer, the God in the white coat, the man whose hands could save or in delight in accidents. He would casually mention, "My dear, if they hadn't gotten into that accident, I would have been bored today." My dear, Nike felt her stomach drop every time she heard that. Then, the hospital became the center of her life, not their home. He would leave early in the morning, saying, "I have surgeries, my dear, be patient." Come night, he'd come home exhausted, but not really tired. There was something else behind those eyes, something dark, something hungry. Nike began feeling like a guest in her own home. Chai, she tried to talk, tried to reason, but you know how Lagos wives try. My love, I understand your work, I support you, she'd say. But he only smiled and went back to planning his next business at the hospital. It was when she started noticing who he was really looking at that she realized the full horror. Not the nurses, not colleagues, but the injured, the bleeding, the weak, the helpless patients. He would get that glint in his eye. That glint Nike would later describe as sinister fascination. She tried asking, jokingly at first, "Babe, why you like seeing blood so much?" And he'd laugh. Oh, he'd laugh, but Nike knew the laughter didn't reach his eyes. Chai, my dear, you won't believe the fear that settled in her heart. And so, she started keeping secrets from him. Small things, wearing gloves while cooking, avoiding minor cuts, and avoiding situations that would interest him. But my dear, you cannot hide from someone who lives for blood, control, and money. You just cannot. By the 3rd month after the wedding, Nike realized the worst truth. She had married someone who was not a husband. He was a creature disguised in a human body, a doctor day by, something else entirely by night. And my dear, Lagos, with its noise, its chaos, and its secret, seemed to hide him perfectly. Ah, you see, my dear, some warnings are whispered in the streets, in the whispers of friends, in the looks you get when someone elder tells you, never marry a doctor, you lose yourself. And Nike wished she had listened.
Nike began noticing patterns. Every time someone fainted, every time there was a serious accident, he was more alive, more excited. She tried rationalizing it. Maybe he just loves his job. Maybe he's passionate. But deep inside, she knew. Passion doesn't look like this, my dear. Passion doesn't bite lips, doesn't hide vials of blood in the bedroom, doesn't celebrate others' pain. Now, this is where things really started going downhill for Nike. You see, after the first few months, the biting and the obsession with blood became more than just strange habits. It became a rule in their home, whether she liked it or not. Lagos is a city that can hide secrets, but my dear, even Lagos could not hide what Nike began to feel every single day. He even started keeping a little box in the bedroom. Nike stumbled upon it one night when she went to pick up a book he had dropped. Chai, she opened it, thinking maybe it was jewelry or medicine. Inside, small vials, my dear, small vials of blood. Not hers, not anyone she recognized, but still, blood. Her stomach turned. She dropped the box and he appeared behind her silently. My dear, you are curious, he said, smiling that same smile that never reached his eyes. Don't worry, it's just practice. Practice? Practice what? Nike felt her heart pounding. She wanted to scream, to run, but she couldn't. Something in his voice, the calm control, froze her in place. The kissing became worse, more intense. Every time they were intimate, he would bite, lightly at first, then deeper. She tried to tell herself it was love, maybe passion, but one night, after a minor cut on her hand from cooking, he didn't wait. He leaned in and tasted the blood. My dear, she felt violated, but his eyes, his eyes were wild, like he was feeding on something beyond food. Nike realized then that her fear was justified. She tried talking to him, calmly at first. My love, why do you do this? Why the biting, the blood? He laughed, lightly at first, then darkened his tone. Ah, my dear, it is natural. Blood, it is life, it is passion. You are mine and I am yours. Don't worry too much. But those words felt more like a threat than reassurance. Even her friends noticed the change. Nike used to be cheerful, lively, always laughing. But after marriage, she became tense, guarded. Her eyes darted when he entered the room. She avoided small cuts, avoided cooking things that might slice her finger. She even stopped wearing red lipstick because she didn't know why. But something in her gut told her he wanted it, wanted her blood. My dear, that is the power he had. One Sunday, she tried confronting him. My love, we need to talk. This obsession, this thing with blood, I can't. It's too much. He looked at her, calm, smiling, but there was a sharp edge, a glint. My wife, you misunderstand. I care for you. I want only what is good for us, for you. My dear, the way he said good for you felt like a warning. By now, Nike was trapped in a house where love and fear danced together. She could not leave easily. Lagos traffic, his charm, his manipulations, and the hospital. Oh my dear, the hospital became the center of his obsession. He would tell her stories of surgeries, of emergencies, of patients who needed him desperately. And she would listen, pretending to be impressed, all while shivering at the thought of what he really was. Then came the isolation. Lagos, a city full of people, but he didn't want her talking to friends, calling family, or even visiting anyone alone. My love, you are safest with me. Outside, people don't understand. People cannot protect you like I can. She realized it wasn't love, it was control. And it worked. Nike stopped going out, stopped laughing like she used to, stopped being her old self. He also began showing subtle jealousy, not the normal kind, my dear. He would watch her talk to waiters, to neighbors, to the security man downstairs, and later whisper things like, don't let them look at you like that, only I can. Home became her private hell. Nike tried reasoning. She tried pretending everything was fine. One Sunday, she followed him, carefully, secretly to the hospital. She wanted to see him in his element, to understand exactly what he loved so much. And my dear, what she saw, Oh, you won't believe it. He walked through the emergency room, eyes scanning, almost hungry. He stopped at the bed of a man with deep cuts from a motor accident. Ah, my dear, he touched the blood, not professionally, not carefully. He lingered, smiled faintly, and whispered something she could not hear. But the look was enough. He was not just a doctor, he was a man feeding on the chaos, enjoying the pain, and craving it. Nike realized then that her fear was justified. She tried planning. She thought of leaving, of moving out, but Lagos traffic, rent, and pride made her hesitate. And he was clever. He always knew subtly when she was thinking of escaping. "My dear, you seem quiet today," he'd say with that smile, and she would freeze. How does someone know? That is what fear does to you. She planned nonetheless, carefully, quietly. Lagos is a big city, but a person who knows their streets can survive. She made friends again, slowly, called her family late at night, whispered her fears. She even started going out during the day, saying errands, shopping, pretending nothing was wrong, while her mind raced with ideas on how to reclaim her life. One evening, he came home earlier than usual. She was cooking, gloved hands, knife in a safe position, all careful. He noticed, and a small smile played on his lips. Nike, still so careful. I like that about you. But she didn't smile. She met his gaze, steady, pretending not to be afraid, while planning every second of the next week. She realized something chilling. He loved control, yes, but he thrived on secrecy. His private hospital, his obsession with blood, the little vials in the box, it all depended on no one knowing. Lagos outside could not stop him, but information could save her. She started documenting notes, pictures, tiny recordings, things only she would understand. Then came the night she finally confronted him, not with yelling, not with anger, but with calm, sharp reasoning. My love, I know who you are. I know what you do, and I will not let it continue. He looked at her, his eyes narrowing, the glint in them almost hungry, but she didn't back down. He tried reasoning, like he always did. You misunderstand. I only love you. I only care for us. The words were the same words she had heard for months, but now she saw through them. They were lies, manipulations, tools to keep her trapped. By then, she had made her escape plan. Bags packed, keys ready, a cab on standby. Lagos nights can be long, roads can be blocked, but Nige knew the streets. He leaned in for a kiss, teeth ready to mark her again, and she gently pushed him back, smiled softly, and said, good night. Then she left. The cab drove through Victoria Island, Ikoyi, Lekki. The bright lights of Lagos blurred past, but her mind was clear. She wasn't running from Lagos. She was running for her life, for her sanity, for her soul. And Lagos can hide anything, but courage, determination, and knowing who you are, that cannot be hidden. She found refuge with her family and slowly started rebuilding. Lagos was still Lagos. Doctors were still doctors, but Nike learned something important. Appearances are deceptive, The man in the white coat may be handsome, charming, even successful, but never marry someone who lets blood, accidents, and control feed their passion more than they feed love. Months later, she learned from a friend, the same hospital where he worked, he had been involved in questionable practices, accidents that could have been prevented, surgeries that were suspicious. Nike shivered. She realized then that she hadn't just escaped abuse at home, she had escaped something much worse. Nike still thinks about it. Sometimes at night, she hears the city hum, the traffic, the distant music, and remembers the quiet terror of her own apartment. But then she smiles now, softly, quietly. She survived. She escaped. And Nike, the lesson is clear. Never ignore those small, unsettling signs. And never marry a man, any man, whose love is mixed with obsession, control, and darkness. So, Nike, if you ever hear whispers about marrying an African doctor, pay attention. Lagos may shine outside, but sometimes the shadows live inside, and those shadows can bite. Tell me in the comments, would you stay or run if this was you? Have you ever experienced something like this in Lagos? Comment your thoughts. Let's talk. Like this video, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell. Until next time, be careful.